as another year comes to a close and we turn the page on a new, unwritten chapter of our lives. We want to reflect on all that has made this such an incredible year. This was a year filled with change, new experiences and adventures that have pushed and challenged us both as individuals and as a family. A year filled to overflowing with precious moments with friends and family, and with the ones we have lost. The new year found us traveling down the mighty Pacific coast. Since we began full-time overlanding and off-grid living almost 7 years ago, we haven't missed a summer at the lake, until now. And after 2 years away, we have decided to make the journey back to our cabin.
Go get it, where is it?
Not knowing how long before we would return to the United States, we had a list of important tasks to complete, places to see, and people to visit along the way. This long journey home was going to be an adventure of a lifetime.
Ready, buddy? You gotta get your exercise before a long day in the Jeep.
The first leg of this journey would take us from the West Coast across the Southwest to the great state of Texas. There, we would make some modifications to our vehicles, preparing them for future adventures. The main reason to visit Texas, however, was to spend some time with our friends, the Owens family. Mike and Dina became business colleagues of ours years ago, a relationship that later developed into a friendship, and now they are more family than friends.
Super yummy.
They always make Texas feel like our home away from home, and there are few adventures that compare to an authentic Texas experience. As we travel on our journey, we have encountered many spectacular places, but the friendships we've made along the way will stay in our hearts forever. It was time to bid farewell to the Lone Star State and continue our long journey back to the cabin. Our route will take us through the remote backcountry of northern Arizona and then north into the magnificent canyons of Utah.
That was a cliff up there.
Is it?
You go straight up here and it's just a drop off and it's like a thing like this, and I'm with the Recluse, I don't have my clutch to stop. It starts sliding backwards and it's like literally 10 feet beside me.
We are in love with the desert. It is a wonderland of endless trails, vast wilderness areas, and magnificent picturesque landscapes. It is the perfect playground for our overland adventures. It is amazing to think about the contrast that we travel through in a matter of weeks. From giant redwood forests and powerful waves crashing on a rugged coastline, to the red sand blowing between buttes and arches, flanked by distant snowy mountains.
The road, so it looks like we can skip on it.
Our next big push would be north to Montana to visit our good friends, the Croft family, at the Expedition Overland headquarters. In order to make good headway, we rented a trailer for the bikes and began the 650-mile journey north. In Bozeman, we planned to stay with the Croft family for a few days while we sort through our gear and decide what would come with us to Canada and what would stay in the US until we return. We had driven this route many times over the years, and it has always been smooth sailing. But this time, Vandy experienced a breakdown in the middle of Idaho, about 5 hours' drive from our destination.
We tried shifting it down, it went 0. And then
I lost all power. I just cruised it over to a stop. And I turned it off as fast as I could.
This scenario, however, turned from bleak to beautiful when Chuck, a fan of our channel and a vehicle hauler, noticed us on the side of the road and stopped to offer a hand. It just so happened that he was heading to Bozeman and offered to haul Vandy and the trailer to the dealership there.
We have the best fans.
I know.
It's uncanny.
But the chances, like, it seems like every time we get into one of these situations, the perfect outcome always happens.
It's amazing.
It blows my mind. It's like he's our guardian angel or something, and he's doing all this for us.
And he's going through Bozeman.
It's just crazy. What are the odds? It's kind of... It's pretty emotional.
It is kind of heartwarming.
Thank you, Chuck, for your kindness and care. You are an inspiration to all of us. When we made it to beautiful Montana, we met up with our dear friends the Crofts and had quite the story to share over dinner. We are going to miss our friends and family out west. But we are beyond excited that the next time we will see the X-Overland crew will be in Norway to begin filming the Nordic series.
All right, we are on the road. We're heading straight east, and we had such a great time here with Clay and Rochelle and the team at X-Overland. Thanks, guys, for everything. We are gonna miss the mountains here. This is just a gorgeous place, Bozeman area. It's kind of our new home away from home. We just love it here, but we have to carry on. So we're pressing east. We're gonna try to get all the way to probably somewhere, if we can make it, around Bismarck, North Dakota tonight, and then we'll just carry on tomorrow.
On the final leg of our journey home, we started to feel the warm spring winds blowing away the cold days of winter and stirring up an eagerness in us to once again be at our cabin on the lake. It was quite a special feeling opening the door after 2 years away.
Oh, wow. Everything's perfect.
This place is very special to our family, and since 2016 has become our home base while living on the road. But even before that, it was a haven of peace and quiet, far from the rush and race of our busy life. It is a place where time seems to slow down, and each beautiful moment is savored and enjoyed. A place where we could build the life we've always dreamed of, living life on our own terms, spending quality time together. Embraced by the wilderness around us. With all of the adventures ahead, we knew that our time at the lake would pass by quickly, and so we got right to work. Our goal for this summer is to make the necessary additions and preparations so that we can live comfortably off the grid and be as self-reliant as possible, both in the summer and winter. This will take a lot of work, including making sure we have enough firewood, fuel, and food to last the cold months of winter. It is enjoyable work, and we got busy building garden beds and a meat smoker. We created gravel paths, planted and harvested vegetables and herbs, cleared dead lumber from the trails, and collected berries to freeze for winter. We also enjoyed lots of downtime on the lake with cousins and friends, making lifelong memories. Before long, we were packing our bags for another adventure of a lifetime. The Nordic countries were beckoning, and we couldn't wait to explore Norway, Sweden, Finland, Denmark, the Faroe Islands, and Iceland for 2 months with the team at Expedition Overland. Our time in the Nordic countries was life-changing. The opportunity to work with a skilled team of adventurers and filmmakers while traveling through such incredible countryside made our time there truly unforgettable. It was fascinating to visit so many historic places, and it often felt like we were traveling through mythical lands straight out of the storybooks we read as kids. are excited for all of you to be able to watch the Expedition Overland Nordic series on the Overlander Network and then on YouTube in the coming months. Stay tuned for release dates, as this is an adventure you won't want to miss. Okay, I don't know if you can see me or hear me, but Dan and I are up here on this hill overlooking the village that we're staying in the Faroe Islands. And the reason why we're up here at midnight in the pitch black is because there are northern lights currently over the ocean, and it looks amazing. And we've just been up here for the past few hours just sitting and watching them and photographing them. And it's been so beautiful. It's such an amazing experience. But yeah, super special to be here and to get to see that. Meanwhile, back in Canada, our parents were about to embark on an adventure of their own to the northernmost drivable point in Canada, nearly 7,000 kilometers away. It has been a long-time dream of Dad's to drive all the way to the far north and jump into the frigid waters of the Arctic Ocean. Together, Mom, Dad, and Lando jumped into our Jeep, Worsley, and began their incredible journey northward. Traveling as a couple and cooking for two takes a bit of getting used to, but they soon adjusted and had a lot of fun together, documenting the trials and triumphs of their journey in what they called the Empty Nest Edition. Along the way, they saw the most breathtaking landscapes of powerful rivers, vast mountain ranges, and the colorful and seemingly endless expanses of tundra.
River crossing, and we crossed the river and went driving for another 25k.
After years of dreaming and planning, they had finally made it. When they finally reached Tuck, Mom and Dad braved the cold water for a celebratory dip in the Arctic Ocean.
It's not bad. We did it!
was time to begin the journey back south as the chill of autumn set in, reminding them of the work that needed to be done to finish preparing the cabin for winter. On the way, they stopped in southern British Columbia to pick up our motorhome, which had been in storage for the past few years. It was great to be together again at the cabin, surrounded by the vibrant autumn colors of the forest. We then got back to work preparing the cabin for winter and the eventual freeze-up of the lake. We built an insulated shop for storage of supplies and also to house our freezer, which we would stock with food, a fresh water tank, a generator, and the lithium battery system by Battle-Born Batteries for off-grid electricity. We also stocked up on propane for the oven, stove, and backup heaters. We chopped and stacked the final loads of firewood and put the boats up out of the water. Over the years, we have watched as the seasons transformed the landscape, each bringing its own unique and spectacular beauty. For the past 6 years or so, we have headed to warmer climates for the winter. But this year, we decided to stay here and fully embrace everything this season has to offer. Staying on the island during the freeze-up is a new adventure for us, and we are excited for the challenge. We feel quite confident that we are prepared for winter, but we also know that we will learn a lot in the coming months. We have enjoyed many cozy evenings in the cabin and by the fire. But mostly, we have been outside in the crisp, fresh air, observing the ice forming on the lake and enjoying the beauty of our surroundings. We are invigorated by this adventure, pushing ourselves to adapt to the wilderness, the silence, the cold, and the responsibility of fending for ourselves, providing for our own comfort and safety.
Take everything we have and let the new begin. Won't give up.
As the year ends and this chapter closes, a new one opens.
Take everything we have and let the new begin.
What kind of story will we write on these yet empty pages? Will it be a story of courage and light and growth? Will we take calculated risks and forge boldly the life we have imagined? It is in all of us to defy expectations, to go out into the unknown and hunger for adventure. A new year means new opportunities for growth. And to embrace change and risk so that we may live fully, on our own terms, using well the time we are given, and know what it is to be free.